we will take somebody from our office and actually put them on site at your facility. These are chemical facilities, refining facilities, oil and gas facilities, where they found a need to where they're doing so much day to day that, you know, they don't want anything to slip through the cracks. Also, they don't want to do some of the stuff that they've done for the past 10, 15 years, this kind of mundane data collection, this record keeping. These things are all very, very important, of course, because, you know, you can get fines if you get, you know, the state or even the EPA will come in, audit your facility, make sure you have all these systems in place. You want everything to be organized, easy to come out, and if you've just got one or two people trying to keep that compliance system in line, it gets really kind of hectic. With, again, like I said, all the day-to-day responsibilities they have, they don't want anything to, you know, slip behind or get behind on any of this. So we'll come in, and we'll usually place somebody somewhat junior, you know, 2 to 3 years on site, and we'll have them, they're really ready to kind of get to know everything about the facility. They're really excited. They want to come in and they want to, you know, dig in all that PI data, and they want to, you know, see how, you know, what is this thing emitting? What are the temperatures? What are the pressures? A lot of that we use for compliance, and it's also very interesting to, you know, get to know the facility and, you know, kind of figure out these emission sources. So we'll go in, we'll look at these systems, you know, monitoring up and down times, monitoring, you know, just the day-to-day emissions, whether or not, you know, on an hourly basis you're in compliance. We'll get all that data, we'll mine all that data and help you with your compliance system, and help you with all those record keeping, help keep, you know, electronic folders that are easy to access and easy to say, hey, you know, auditor, here's where this is. In addition to that, the record keeping portion, we do reporting as well. So all that record keeping that we're very familiar with, we keep up with on a day-to-day basis. You know, a lot of times, again, when, you know, environmental staff at the facility do these things, they can get behind. And, you know, they end up doing this not day to day, but week to week or even month to month. So if an auditor shows up at their facility, they're like, oh, or, you know, trying to get things together, and I'm not really sure. And, you know, we're there every day. We're looking at this data, and we can, you know, get these reports really quickly. Oh, here's where this is. Yes, everything, you know, the opacity, this was done every day. Here's all our documentation that somebody checked that. So we not only do that, we do the reporting. Again, we do compliant with anything the state needs or the federal government needs. We have all the different pieces of the report. We have all the background, all that record keeping that we attach all of that. And we make these reports. Sometimes facilities, depending on what they're applicable to, if they're, you know, a big refinery, they're applicable to several rules. Every one of those rules will need a report. Some you can combine, but others, they're really specific. So some places will have, you know, 10, 12, 15 reports all to get out in a month period. And that's from 6 months back, all that data. So again, if you're not keeping up with that data and you're not compiling it on a day-to-day basis and really familiar with what's going on, those reports can be very challenging, very difficult. So we're coming in there and we're going over and making sure everything, and of course we've got our own QA/QC process. We'll not only have, you know, that 2 to 3 year person on site kind of, you know, doing the day-to-day things. We'll have, you know, our project management, senior technical staff going out there, you know, a couple times a month, maybe more depending on their schedule, really making sure that, you know, everything's in line. And then on the reporting side, you know, making sure everything was reported. If there is deviations, you know, we word it so appropriately so that, you know, we can say, here's what happened, here's why it happened, to, you know, lessen those deviations kind of.